This is YashaFan 2004, and this is Let's Play Mega Man X2. X versus the X Hunters. Hello, and welcome to Episode 2 of Let's Play Mega Man X2. This is your host, YashaFan 2004. Now, as I said in the last episode, today I'll be taking on Will Gator. I will explain exactly why here in a moment, but first... I'm going to eat you. Will Gator. Now this is actually one of my favorite stages in the game. For one thing, it's represented as a moving stage because it's the dinosaur tank. Now the background sprites of the actual city actually look more like a scene from Rampage. But obviously this is a tank that's moving through a war zone. We'll see that area again. But part of the reason why I wanted to do Will Gator first is because he actually holds the one weapon that will get you everything else in the game, pretty much. Because without getting what his weapon holds, you can't go anywhere in the game as far as finding equipment goes. This is the right armor of Mega Man X2, a lot better than what was in the first one. For one thing, it's got spines for arms. And for another thing, because of its rapid acceleration, it can fly. You can also do a nifty little spin attack if you hold down the charge button. The heart container, the turbo heart for this level is right there, but we can't get it at this moment. We'll be able to get it later. You'll notice this game has a little bit more of a difficulty than the first one had. For one thing, it's kind of hard to concentrate with the whole thing moving like it is. But for another thing, there's more obstacles, a lot more opportunity to use the actual weapons you recover from the bad guys. We don't need that path right now. That'll come into play later. There's a lot of hidden paths in this game as well. And they will come into play a lot later. And actually, I was wrong. That's just a one-up. Their hidden path is actually in another direction. I just like to destroy those for the simple fact that they get on my nerves. This is the hidden path I spoke of. And the weird gate. We'll see that later on. Ah! These guys are also quite common. They actually guard some of the harder bosses. Just kill it, hope you get an energy up, and then it's time to actually go and take on the boss. Now the one thing I like is once you get to the actual boss's level, the stage stabilizes and quits shaking like it has been. Now he's one that I like to consider the cheat where you hug the wall, because one, those wheels do considerable damage, and two, he hides in the oil down there. Now hopefully, oh man, I was hoping I could keep him above ground, because that's usually the easiest way to combat him. Otherwise, you're pretty much like, oh my god. You gotta jump pretty quick, because if you don't, he grabs you, and he actually produces a lot of really bad energy in those jaws of his, so... Oh yeah, and when you get him down to a certain health, he produces spikes. Which also do considerable damage to Mega Man. So yeah, my advice is to hug the walls as much as possible. And they totally ruined that sound. And Wheel Gator is dead. Now that lovely little spinning wheel technique will be what I gained from this level. And yes, in this one they explode in blue fire instead of red. Don't ask me why. You got Spin Wheel. There's the password. Not that we need it. And let us resume. Okay, now we notice that Wheel Gator is no longer on the prowl. In the next episode, we will be going here to the desert base stage, and I will go ahead and take on Overdrive Ostrich, even though I really shouldn't be doing it this early in the game. This is actually going to throw my normal order out of whack, but I really don't mind because I want to show y'all what all I can get, where it's all hidden, and do it in a amount of time where I can actually beat the game in a reasonable amount of episodes. Anyway, this is YashiFan 2004, and this has been episode 2 of Let's Play Mega Man X 2.